If you have a gift for singing, you are either going to use it in the house of God to serve God, or you're going to use it for yourself, to sell your personal agenda. That is dead now in the house of God. It's not supposed to continue. If you want to serve God, use your ability in the house of God. Use it for God's purpose. Not to market yourself. To use the gospel for your personal agenda is a sin. You cannot use the gospel to make a career. It's wrong. If you are a true singer and you are not singing in the church, if you are a true singer, you are into music, if you're not doing it inside the church, you are doing it for yourself. And that means what you're doing is selling the gospel. You're using it for a personal career. It's a sin.
Son, as a man of God, your opinion and what you said is perfectly okay. But you know me, I'm having my problem with you, is that you don't have the moral justification and the sanctity to justify whatsoever message you wanted. Because you guys have lost it. Yes, she did a bad thing, but you don't have a moral justification to caution her, because you all represent doomed. As a pastor or as a man of God, you are meant to live by example, not living a life of hypocrisy. First thing, remove waiting there your eye before you go remove waiting there for somebody's eye. It is only in this country, kettle go the teapot saying they dark. Not the way Musa no go see for this gate when in day. Manipulators everywhere and betrayers. And this Judas mindset. You are preaching and making money directly or indirectly. And you are telling a gospel singer to sing for free. Stop this manipulation until you stop taking your tithes, those your fat envelope you collect from evil politicians. You now have moral justification to condemn what is evil. Okay, that's number one. The second aspect is that you are the number one champion of the music label for gospel singer career. Very worldly. That's by the way. Love Word music label represents your brand. A big record label that make millions of dollars. Forms and promotes Sinach and other etc. Why don't you give out all those millions you make from those Love Works music label back to the poor, especially those men that are very old in your congregation? Give it back to the society. But no, I'm not saying you should go outside and give it to other people. Give it to your members. But no, greed no go let on that one. The same thing goes to all these evil pastors that call themselves men of God, acclaimed, and them call themselves, no be God call them. Most of them are guilty of all this. Imagine a gospel artist going on tour in different churches, getting paid huge amount of money for them to come to your church and perform. And all this, they will be selling tickets at the venue to watch them perform to their own glory. These are just people that represent Judas' mindset. You guys have lost it. Since you guys fail to address the situation we are facing in this nation, there is no difference between you guys and politicians. I am not surprised when the word of God says that the judgment will start from the house of God. You people will find it so difficult to condemn the ill of our leaders, which is very bad. These same masses that you people are offering dependents are suffering, and you can't stand on the pulpits to condemn the ill of the government. Then what are you preaching? What gospel do you have to tell them? Gospel is all about the death of Christ, resurrection. We all know. But when the people you are giving those gospel are hungry, it is high time we use what is happening to our country to preach the word of God. So you people lack the moral justification to attack whosoever, because all of you are in the same mess. No doubt. Remember, the primary assignment of this church is to stand for the anawims, is to stand for the less privileged, is to stand for the poor masses. But if reverse is the case, the men that are meant to stand for the poor are turning against the poor, are joining the elites, are joining the politicians to oppress the poor. The thunder we go fire on her is still doing press up all the way from Sambisa Forest. What are you all doing with private jets? Woe to you. During the time of Jesus Christ called them, woe to you, Pharisees. Woe to you, men of God, that cannot speak the ill of the government. Rather, you commend them. Rather, you welcome them. Rather, you give them front seats because of the fat envelope. But do not forget, one day all of us will die. Then you give accounts of whatsoever you do on earth to God. Judgment day.